Black, brown, and HBCU bound.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Black, Brown, and HBCU Bound, where culture meets excellence. Today's episode is especially for the parents, not the students, the parents, because right now, all across the country, families are preparing to send their babies off to college for the very first time. And while everybody is focused on dorm shopping, class schedules, and move in day pictures, there are some very real things parents often forget to prepare for before their student actually gets to campus. And trust me, some of these things can create major stress later if they aren't handled early. So today, I want to walk through some of the biggest things first time HBCU parents overlook before dropping their student off on campus. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about communication. Many parents do not realize that once your child gets to college, things change legally. Colleges are not automatically allowed to discuss your student's grades, financial aid, disciplinary matters, or academic standing with you unless your student signs permission forms allowing it. That catches a lot of parents off guard. So before your student leaves, have conversations now about communication expectations. Talk about checking in regularly, emergencies, finances, academics, and how involved they want you to be. Don't wait until there's a crisis. Next, medication and health insurance. You would be surprised how many students arrive on campus without copies of insurance cards, prescriptions transferred properly, emergency contacts updated, or understanding how to access healthcare on campus. Parents, please don't assume your child knows how to handle these things independently just because they graduated high school. Walk them through it. Now let's talk money. And no, not tuition. I'm talking about everyday money management. Some students are getting access to freedom and debit cards at the exact same time. That combination can get dangerous quickly. Have honest conversations about budgeting, emotional spending, overdraft fees, food delivery, addiction, credit cards, and peer pressure. Because one thing about college students, if one person orders food, everybody suddenly wants food. And those little purchases add up fast. Another thing parents overlook: transportation. How is your student getting home during breaks? What happens during holidays? What if there's an emergency? Some families spend thousands getting students to school and never fully think through getting them back home consistently throughout the year. Now, here's one people don't talk about enough: homesickness. And not just for students, parents struggle too. Some parents go from seeing their child every single day to complete silence for hours, sometimes days, because students are adjusting to a completely new environment. And students don't always admit when they're overwhelmed. Sometimes they pretend everything is okay because they don't want to worry you. Parents, create space for honest conversations without making students feel guilty for growing. College is supposed to stretch them. Now, let me say something important. If your student learns differently, has accommodations, receives support services, or had modifications in high school, please do not assume college will automatically put supports in place. It does not work like high school. Students often have to self identify, provide documentation, and advocate for themselves through disability support services offices. That process should begin before classes start whenever possible. This is one of the biggest mistakes families make. And finally, parents, please remember your student is going to make some mistakes. That doesn't mean they're failing. College is part education and part life training. There will be roommate disagreements, tough grades, moments of loneliness, stress, distractions, and growth. Your role begins shifting from manager to support system, and that transition is hard, but it matters because the goal is not just getting them to college. The goal is helping them successfully transition through college and ultimately graduate. If this episode helped you, make sure you share it with another parent preparing to send their student off to campus. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is one thing you think parents should prepare for before move-in day? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with somebody who needs it. This is Black, Brown, and HBCU Bound, where culture meets excellence.
Black, brown, and HBCU bound. Your source for news you can use. Let's shine a light on the 207 HBCUs, where culture meets excellence.